Hello, I'm Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. I am a photographer who specializes in mixed media collaging, and today I want to tell you about one of my favorite collaging methods, which is the print and scan method. This is one of my favorite things to do. I am literally addicted to it. I love doing it, and luckily all you need is a printer. I love this method. It really alters your image a lot, honestly, just printing it out and scanning it right back in. I like to do it in a couple different situations. If I feel that an image is just missing a little something, if I feel like it's missing that organic touch, I find that printing and scanning it really helps. Or if I feel that it's missing just a little something, printing and scanning is the way to go. Another time I'll use it, and I'll kind of demonstrate what I mean, is if I'm not super confident in my photoshopping skills, the print and scan method is a great way to kind of smoothen your photo out and make it look good no matter what. So let's get into it. I have 3 images I'm going to demonstrate this on, all for different reasons. I'm going to go through them quickly now, but I will show side-by-side comparisons after I print and scan them so you can really see the difference. The reason I wanted to do this image is because I wouldn't say hyper-realistic photo editing is my specialty. I'm not really trying to do that, but I obviously don't want it to look cheesy and photoshopped. So just to point out, I kind of just blurred these flames in and edited them in. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a large natural wildfire to safely shoot in front of, so this is just photoshopped in. And if these were real flames, I think it would obviously look quite different than it looks now. And also just with masking in general, you can still see some of the blue from the original blue sky around the edges of the hair. This is just such a tedious thing to mask, especially when the hair is like this. So for that reason, I decided I wanted to print it and scan it just to kind of smooth the image over and also just see how it changes the colors. And then for this image, I like this image, but I felt it was just missing that final touch. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, so I decided to just try printing and scanning it out. And thirdly, I have this image. This image I like. Again, I feel like it's missing that final touch, and I'm curious to see how the green I edited this with is going to change in the print and scan, because I have a feeling that the print and scan is going to alter the colors quite a bit. Also, just to note with this, I use a completely regular printer. Mine is just a Canon printer I bought off Amazon, nothing crazy, nothing expensive, and I personally prefer just to print on regular printer paper. I love the texture that gives. I know a lot of people print on photo paper, but for me personally, I just love the texture that regular printer paper provides. Also really cheap, really accessible, and there's also tons of papers to play with in general, but printer paper is my go-to. You cannot go wrong with printer paper. She is the star of the show, truly. I have my 3 prints here. I already can see a lot of differences than the digital image. This one, the green one, looks a lot different. The fire one looks a lot smoother, and the black and white one looks a lot more contrasty and textured. So I'm going to scan these in and show you. We're back. I scanned everything in. The only adjustment I made was adjusting the curves. When you scan it in, you lose pretty much all your contrast. So I did adjust the curves, but that is the only adjustment I made. But you can see the difference here. Obviously, there's a big difference in color, there's a difference in contrast, and I just love the texture that printer paper adds. It just adds such a nice organic touch to images that you just can't quite replicate digitally. Yes. I love what it did to this image. It really smoothed the colors out, made it look a lot more cohesive, and you can't see where I kind of messed up on the masking, which is nice, you know? My thought process is, if your Photoshop looks bad, just print it out. It really will kind of fix all your problems. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so here we have the next one. It added kind of a purplish reddish hue, and to me I really like this image with the scan. I think it really completes it, makes it look a lot more grittier in a way almost. And again, that texture, I love texture. So definitely a big fan of the print and scan for this image. And then for this image, you can see how much it really affected the colors. It went from a greenish to more of just a nice warm toned brown sepia whatever image. It definitely just smooths it out, makes it look a lot more cohesive in all the ways. But all 3 of these images I am really happy with the print and scan with. So just to sum it all up, the print and scan is really simple. All you need is a printer, regular printer paper, and it breathes a whole new life into your image if something looks a little bit off, or you can't quite place your finger on what thing you might need to do to make your image complete, I really suggest the print and scan. If you do anything, I would love to see it. My Instagram is linked below. I also just released a texture pack that has all kinds of cool textures that you can play with on your images to make them look a little bit more organic. Thank you for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, and have a wonderful day.